Hey, I'm gonna let see if people want to jump on here while I'm finishing up one of my projects for my event that's coming up. So I see people starting to jump on, and we are going to work on a project. It's going to be a pretty quick project, but I want to show you a really cool item that is going to be in my store, and it's something that you guys can do on your own. This is just one project that I'm working on for Valentine's for one of my events. So these are some of the things that I do. This is one of the wreaths that I made. And this is going to be going in my shop and on my my event when I have my event in the next week or so. So I hope everybody's having a great night, and if you guys want to follow along on the project tonight, I let you know earlier what you were gonna kind of need. So we'll go ahead and let's see. Now, if there was anybody that was going to do this project with me, remember I told you were going to need a nightlight. You can get these at the dollar store or Dollar Tree, or if you have any laying around the house, they just need to have that whiter light. You also need a salt and pepper shaker. And then we're going to be using Mod Podge and a brush. Okay, so who's ready? Who's ready? How are you guys doing? You guys let me know where you're watching from, and show me some love here so I can see you. This is part of that wreath I made, and like I told you before, always save your scraps, because there's all kinds of bows you can make with just scraps. So tonight I'm going to use the Mod Podge gloss. You can use any of them, it doesn't matter what, but I'm just choosing to use the gloss for tonight. So what we are going to make is we're going to make a nightlight, but we're going to make a new kind of nightlight. And hang on one second, because I went off and did not grab one major piece of this project, and that's tissue paper. Oh, no, I did too. It's over here in this bag. Duh. You know, I came back from house sitting and I have everything everywhere. But we're going to use tissue paper, and the reason why we're going to do that is because it's almost Valentine's Day. All right, and why not? So you do want to use a tissue paper that is a little bit, you want white. You don't want it to be the complete dark for what we're doing. So I have this cute little tissue paper. It's white with red hearts. It's white with red hearts, and we're not going to need a whole lot of it, but I'm just going to cut a little bit, because then I'm going to start ripping it. And you don't need a whole heck of a lot of it. You just need enough that you can rip it apart. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, and these are the items that you need. Let me put this down just a little bit so you can see. Okay, I've got my tissue paper, and again, I have it right here in case I need more. Got my tissue paper, my nightlight, my salt shaker, my Mod Podge, and my brush. Now remember what I said about the brush, using a brush with Mod Podge? You immediately want to put it in your water and get it cleaned up, or it will ruin your brush. But I don't want to use a foam brush on this right now because it just isn't gonna work to the way I like it. So I'm gonna take this little thing off. Now put it aside because you can always put it back on or use it for another project. Remember, waste not, want not. So we're going to take the lid off. We're going to set that aside. We're not going to need that. All right. And so let's get started, shall we? So you're going to take your Mod Podge and your salt shaker, and you're just going to start brushing the Mod Podge on. You're just going to start brushing that Mod Podge on, kind of thick. And I'm going to do one side at a time. Just make sure you get that covered. You can kind of go on the other side. Now, I'm just starting at one side, and now I'm going to take my tissue paper and I'm going to start ripping it. And I'm going to rip it in pieces. And then once you get it ripped in the pieces, it doesn't matter how big or how small these pieces are. We are just going to start setting that on your nightlight. Okay, you're just going to set that on here, and it's okay that you kind of overlap it. Now, this is what you have. This is what you have right now. If you hear background noises, it's my kids and my granddaughter. So I want to get it all down here. And again, I got it right here too. So you can put a little bit of the Mod Podge over where you've already been, underneath that paper. And some of this is going to seem like it's doubled up, and that's okay. You just rip it off. So are you guys having a good time? Do you like the things that I'm showing you how to do? Is it getting you guys inspired to do your own crafts? I hope so, because crafting is like really... The reason why it's helped with my grief process is because I don't have to really think. I just do. And, you know, when you're going through some hard times, and everybody is right now, you know, you can just do. So, yes, I do sell my items, and this is my main source of income. But, you know, people are going, why are you showing how to do the stuff that you sell? Because I want everybody to feel like they have something they can fall to if they're having a hard time. Okay, so I went over the top of this. You can do as many layers as you want. We're going to start with one, because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this little sucker in and let you see it. Again, you can always go back with more paper if you want it a little bit thicker. I will say you can use darker paper, but I suggest using a lighter paper, only because, you know, you just don't want to, you don't want to mute the light so much. You just want the light to be able to shine through. So we're just going to go down, smooth it out. And we'll take these little pieces that we've already torn. And you're going to find little areas that maybe you miss places, and that's fun. There we go. Now I see y'all. Now, we're going to continue on, and we're going to keep going over. And you're also going to do the top, but that's going to be kind of your last thing. You're going to overlap some of your pieces up here. But you see how that's just laying down for you? And, you know, remember I told you before, you kind of don't want the bubbles, like you don't want a lot of air bubbles. This, it doesn't really matter. You're going to get wrinkles, and there's not really a whole lot you can do about the wrinkles. You can try, but you can just go inside there. Again, this is a really, really, really quick little project that you can do. You can even get the kids involved. Let them pick out what they want for a nightlight in their room. And give them the tissue paper and just let them go with it. I mean, obviously parental guidance for some ages, but you know, it's just a little fun thing that you can do with your kids. And I like to do the tearing method just because it's fun to me. So I'm going to continue to put this on there, and you see how we're getting close to it being almost all the way done. Again, you can use Elmer's glue. Mix that Elmer's glue with a little water. Let me cut a little bit of this. I'm just going to kind of snip. And you still get the same effect. However, you're going to find that the Elmer's glue and water is over time going to turn yellow. And that's because there is a sealant mixed in with Mod Podge, and the sealant is what's going to keep it from turning that yellow. And now we have one more side and the top. So sometimes your fingers get stuck, and that's quite all right. You just fix that a little bit. I need to find, and if you find some way that you can prop this up on something and your fingers aren't getting all over the place, more power to you. Pass it along, because that would be great. All right, so now we have this, and then we'll do the top. So we're just going to stick this wherever. Again, none of this has to be perfect. It's yours. It's the way you want to make it. Again, my items are going to end up, all these items that I make are in my shop or will be in my shop soon. And you can order them. They can be special ordered to match your decor or for gifts if you have friends or kids that need a nightlight. Well, you can certainly give them the gift of light. Light and love. Especially this one, because you have the love shining through with your hearts. So we're going to continue on. I'm almost done with this one. Almost done. Now you're going to go back over everything with more Mod Podge. And get this to get down the way you want it. And again, you're going to go back over because you want to see if there's any spots that are blank. If you guys, if you like this, please show me some love, you guys. Give me some hearts if you like this, or some thumbs up. And especially if you're going to try this at home by yourself or with your little ones, because this is a great project, again, to do with the kids, because Mod Podge comes off your hands. Now, they can't eat it. It's not edible, but neither is Elmer's glue. So if you're still watching and you like what you're seeing, please show me some love. Give me some hearts. And don't forget to follow Fancy Pants Decor by Stacy on Facebook and Instagram. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I will be posting more videos on how to do your own wonderful little craft projects on a budget. Everything I got here except for the Mod Podge was from the Dollar Tree. So you get a set of 2 the salt and pepper shakers come in a set of 2, and you get this this was like, I think 10 pieces of, this was like 10 pieces of tissue paper for $1. And you saw I only used a little tiny sliver of a corner. So I'm going to go around here. If I see any little spots, which I kind of do, I'm going to go back over them. And this is, remember, you're making, when you make your own, you're making this, okay? So if you don't mind this, you know, open spots, that's quite all right. Hey, Rosemary. For all my local peeps, I am really thinking about doing a craft, and we can do Zoom or in person, however you feel comfortable, but a craft night or a craft day, and I'll pick a craft and we can get together, and again, like I said, we can either Zoom it or something, and we can call that good. Now, okay, so now I have put my brush in my water, and I'm constantly having to clean my water out, you guys, because I'm constantly using paints or Mod Podge or something. So I want to clean that right away because I do not want my brush drying out. Okay, now my hands are sticky from the Mod Podge. So that part's done. Now we are done, and it's just the waiting game now of it drying. Now I did another one, and let me show you. I did this one with a butterfly silver and white tissue paper. I used the matte finish. So I'm going to plug the light in. And I'm going to move my chair around. It's going to be kind of hard to see, you guys, I know, because the light's on, but I'm trying to get it in a darker place where it can be seen. So I'm going to show you the one that's already dried. I'm going to take you off, and I'm going to turn you around, okay? Let me turn you around. So, excuse my mess. This is my mess of my workroom. Okay, so I have plugged the nightlight in. All you do is you take this and you set it over the top. There's no screwing it in or anything. They're setting it over the top. So, that's the one that I already did. You see how pretty that is? And if you have a gray and white theme going on, that's really pretty. Now let me show you the one we just did. Now it's still wet, y'all, so bear with me. But there you go. There's your little nightlight. And you can turn it however you want. And there you have it. You have a little decorative nightlight that you made yourself, and you can change it out because you can always go get more of the salt and pepper shakers. Oops. Let me get you guys back on here. Let me get you guys back on here. But you can always go get more salt and pepper shakers, and you can do them for any, you can do them for, oh my goodness, let's say, what's after Valentine's Day? The St. Patrick's Day. You can do some green. You can do farmhouse. You can do, now you can also do paint, and I would say you can do paint on these as long as it's a light paint, and you can go back over and you can like scruff it up, like make it look rough. So you can paint it and then go back over with a sandpaper and just kind of rough it up a little bit. But that way you can do anything you want with these. These are your projects, so do whatever you want. Again, these are come for 2 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. I used Mod Podge and tissue paper and a salt and pepper shakers and a nightlight. So if you have a nightlight at home, again, I want to reiterate that I tried different nightlights, and the one I found works the best is this kind. So you want to look when you're buying a nightlight, if you're going to do this project, you're going to want to look and make sure it has this wide area on it. And that being because when you set this on here, you're not screwing it into anything. And it's just kind of balancing there. Now, if you wanted to, the nightlights are $1 at the Dollar Tree. You can always use the E6000 glue and glue that on there. But remember, that E6000 glue, you're going to be lucky if you can get this little sucker off if you ever want to change it out. So these are great. I mean, if you have little ones, obviously put this up where they're not going to get it and throw it and break it and hit each other with it and, torpedo. I have 4 kids. There's a couple of them that would have torpedoed it at each other. Just saying. So these are the cute little ones that you can see. Again, use any tissue paper. You can use a darker tissue paper. You're going to get different effects from different tissue paper. And again, when this one dries, it's going to be really cute. And this one, I think, might go in the bathroom when it's dry for Valentine's. Again, you can turn it however you want to find that perfect little look that you want. And for next to nothing and hardly any time, you now have a decorative nightlight. And you've had a little bit of a good time making it. You can always say, hey, I bought that. Now, it does look like something you go to the store and buy and pay, what, $5.99 for or something, And in all honesty, that's not what it costs to make it. I'm just saying. And you say, how can you sell this stuff? Tell us how much it costs. Because I tell you what, this is my business, and I do multiples of everything, and I account for my time. When you're doing this for your own home, just have fun with it. Again, now here's the Mod Podge that got on my fingers. It looks like skin. Okay, it's kind of gross. But remember how, if you were younger in school, remember how you used to rub glue on your hands, and then you let it dry and you start peeling it? And that's basically what you're doing with the Mod Podge. The only difference is it has a sealer to keep it from turning that yellowish color as it ages. Does anybody have a few minutes? Does anybody have any questions for me? Because I really want to help you. Now, I'm giving you a little bit of hints. Again, for a craft room, you always want to have 2 pairs of scissors. As you see, I have my paper scissors, and I have my fabric scissors. I have wire cutters. I did invest in a cutting mat and a rolling cutter because I do my wreaths. This wreath is available. My wreaths are these versions are $25, just in time for Valentine's Day. These are $25. I also do gifts. I've shown you guys my baskets, the gift bags that I do for Valentine's Day, the candy bags. They're kind of a cardboard box that's made to look like a gift bag, and I fill it with candy and do kind of like a candy arrangement in there. But this one is really cute. You can hang it on your front door, on a bedroom door, you name it, you can put it there. So you guys, we have, like I said, we just have a few more minutes, and I would love to answer any of your questions. Again, my bucket list is to travel the United States and visit different Dollar Trees and dollar stores. And as I'm going, taking you guys with me live. So follow Fancy Pants Decor by Stacy on Facebook. And when I get to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which is Fancy Pants Decor by Stacy, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I can take everybody with me on my lives on YouTube. Okay? I have so many ideas, and I'm really excited that I'm able to do this. Now this, again, at those of you who didn't see it, this is a project I did. It's on my YouTube channel. The video's on my YouTube channel. This is a wooden heart from the Dollar Tree and a hand towel from the Dollar Tree. And then this back here, this was a leftover piece of wrapping paper from Christmas for the buffalo check. Buffalo check is really popular right now, but I made it double-sided because that way you can always change up. I can add bows and all kinds of stuff to this. I just hadn't decided what I wanted to do. I don't want to do anything real big because, you know, you don't want to take away from everything. But I think this is perfect if somebody's going with that beautiful little farmhouse look and on a coffee bar or anything. This would be a perfect addition to a coffee bar vignette or a decor in a kitchen. Or even a living room. Who knows? Again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Fancy Pants Decor by Stacy. And follow and like my page, Fancy Pants Decor by Stacy, on Facebook and Instagram. I am also on Instagram. I will be getting I'm working on getting my website finished and up. I'm not tech savvy. I'm not tech savvy at all, you guys. And so I just want to make sure that I get everything right and that there's no issues. My grandbaby's mad, but her mommy and daddy are out there. Again, cute little project for you to do with your kiddos. And they can do a nightlight for each of their rooms or their bathrooms or something and just make it their own. They can let them pick out tissue paper or use what you have in your stash. Or, you know, just use what you have in your stash and start creating. Again, Mod Podge. So Mod Podge, nightlight, salt and pepper shakers. Aren't they cute? They're so adorable. And again, I can make special order ones if you don't want to do this yourself, but you want them, just let me know. I can do special orders to match your decor. But I have so many projects, you guys, and I really hope that you go over and follow my page, Fancy Pants Decor by Stacy, on Facebook and Instagram, and my YouTube channel, Fancy Pants Decor by Stacy. If you would subscribe to that, I would just be loving you guys forever to help me get that going. I would love to get my business off the ground and running. So you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will be back on my times are 7, 1, and 8. Now, if something comes up and I can't go on at 7, I will try to go on at least one time each day to give you guys a hint of what we have, what we can do. Okay, so I will have different projects on different days, and then I will be posting videos over on my YouTube channel as well. So you guys have a great rest of your night. And remember, 8:30, we have another vendor coming up at 8:30 posting some great products from their business. And I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are too. Mwah.